There are people you know when you appear before them that you will get justice according to the strength of your case. And some, you know that no matter how good your case is, it's a lost cause. Yes.
Unless you're a higher bidder.
Nowadays,
He has been a man on a warpath against the Kenyan judiciary right from the very top, with constant attacks on President of the Supreme Court, Chief Justice Martha Koome.
the current CJ is even worse, you know, in all fair. I mean, she's clueless, to be fair.
Well, there were consequences last week when all the 7 Supreme Court judges resolved to permanently bar senior counsel Ahmednasir Abdullahi, popularly known as the Grandmullah, from ever appearing before the court in person or his law firms. And today, 93-year-old widow from Eldoret, Mama Cherubet Chelugi, was the first casualty of this directive. After a 6-judge Supreme Court bench chaired by the Chief Justice declined to hear an appeal in which the widow is demanding compensation totaling 1 billion Kenya shillings from the family of former President, the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Mama Chelugui recently had won a landmark case before the High Court and the Court of Appeal against the former president for forceful eviction from her land in the 1980s.
The 6 justices of this court now present to hear this matter, in the absence of Oko Supreme Court judge who is currently indisposed, now suo moto makes this formal order recusing themselves from hearing this matter as long as Mr. Ahmednasir Abdullahi, senior counsel, is appearing either by himself, through an employee of his law firm, or any other person holding his brief.
So, what next for the prominent lawyer who made a name from handling prominent cases, including representing former President Uhuru Kenyatta in the 2013 and 2017 election petitions before the Supreme Court? In this tweet, following the Supreme Court decision, Ahmednasir said he had taken note of the order. He said, and I quote, "I'm ready to make peace with the court as follows. I will not take a brief or appear before the Supreme Court as long as Chief Justice Koome, Deputy Chief Justice Mullah, and Justices Nwangela and Njoki are judges of the Supreme Court Kenya. I will come back to the court, inshallah, if and when Justices Ibrahim, Lenaola, Uko and other new members constitute a majority in the Supreme Court." On the flip side, though, Ahmednasir may be off the Supreme Court for a while, as judges have security of tenure until retirement. Koome still has 7 legitimate years of service before she clocks 70, which is the mandatory retirement age of Kenyan judges. So is Justice Nwangela, who at 63 years also some 7 more years around, while Mullah at 65 still has 5 more years in the judiciary. Justice Njokindung'u at 58 has some 12 years more on the apex bench, while Justice Mohammed Ibrahim, aged 68, has 2 more years. Separately, Ahmednasir had also threatened to challenge the order barring him from the court before the East African Court of Justice, where Azimio la Umoja Martha Koome recently also challenged the 2022 Supreme Court decision that affirmed President William Ruto's election. For more updates on this stalemate and other timely news and events from around the world, subscribe to The News Scoop on YouTube.